Hindu community to be able to see that we now have a British Indian Prime Minister?
I think I better first explain why I'm dressed like this. It's not because I've come in fancy dress as a politician, a blood-sucking vampire.
I've only just seen that. Take the strap off.
I've just come up from my son's Halloween party. But thank you for not noticing. I don't normally dress like this.
No. We've got... Wait a second. We've got radio listeners, right? So I've now got the screen in front of me to play. You are dressed as a vampire with blood over your mouth, aren't you? Is that right?
That is indeed blood. Yeah, it is. Nothing more than that. Make believe blood before you send me off to Rwanda for some criminal act. No, it's make believe blood.
Come on, carry on. So what are you saying then? So you're happy to see the representation of Rishi Sunak, are you?
Yeah, of course you are. It's just human nature, isn't it? Look, if he was a Leeds United fan, I'd be happy, but taking it to being British, Indian and Hindu takes it to another level. So, of course, we are. But, of course, it's a double-edged sword, because in about 18 months, you might want all of us out of the country if he doesn't perform. So we've all stuck our colours to his mast, and we've got to make sure he's successful if we're British Indian. Because, like I say, in 18 months, we don't want you looking at him the way you were all looking at Liz Truss and saying, where do we send these guys off and kick them out of the country? So, yeah, it's a double-edged sword, incredibly proud, but we've got to make a success out of this.
So can I just say, that's actually a really, really fascinating mindset. So do you think that there's a lot of pressure on Rishi Sunak actually from the British Hindu community to perform? Because otherwise, what? You think it might reflect badly on you? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think it's pressure on him as such. I think there's pressure on the rest of us. At 2:01 p.m, I got a call from my mother-in-law saying, "What went wrong with you, sunshine?" You know, I think there's a lot of pressure on the rest of us. Why we're not? You know, it used to be, I want my Indian son-in-law, daughter-in-law to be doctor, accountant, or lawyer. Now it's doctor, accountant, lawyer, or prime minister. So there's a lot of pressure on the rest of us. It's not so much pressure on it. I think it's beholden on the rest of us certainly the British Indian community. I think we're just going to be, whatever he does, we'll just have to say, no, that's right, that's brilliant, that's just right. We're going to have to spin it because it's our neck's on the block.
We're going to be right. If you're being honest with me, and this angle has not been discussed on many news outlets, are you actually a little bit gutted that Rishi Sunak is Prime Minister now because it's too much to live up to?
No, I'm not gutted. There is a bit of FOMO. My son said to me the next day, he said, "Daddy, why aren't you Prime Minister?" The kid's 4.5 years old. I was waiting for him to be 13 before he's disappointed in his father. He's disappointed at the age of 4.5. So, yeah, I guess to some extent, don't quote me in the papers on this, but yeah, we're a bit disappointed as Prime Minister because now we've all got to live up to that level, you know, that standard. Whereas if I came from a community where everybody was just, oh, you woke up in the morning, congratulations, aren't you a great beacon of your community? Then, yeah, it'd be a bit easier, it'd be less pressure. But he's really raised the bar on it now. I mean, let alone the fact that CEO of Microsoft, CEO of Adobe, past chairwoman of Pepsi, head of Starbucks. At least they sacked the head of Twitter, who was also of Indian origin. So at least we've got one, who's been sacked. But the pressure's just immense on us. We barely get 2 hours sleep a night. We're just like, oh God, sons, mothers-in-law. I mean, don't even bring my wife into it. She was disappointed the day after we got married, but that's a different story.
I think you might be my favourite ever guest. Thank you very, very much. This is absolutely brilliant. Look, I'm going to have to talk to you again. You are an absolute legend. That was Alpesh Patel. He's done me there, absolutely. Alpesh Patel, the head of City Hindus. He's actually gutted about the fact that Rishi Sunak is now a Prime Minister because of the pressure that it's put him under and other members of the Hindu community. I mean,